Hi everyone. So today I just wanted to give an overview of the PRD that I just prepared. So basic structure of this PRD is that initially we covered the scope in this document, what is the limitation and what all it covers. And then we come to the objective, the goal part of it, what we are actually trying to build in. And this user persona contains for whom we are building this particular feature or idea that we are working with. And then XXL contains the functional components of that feature. Then the non-functional components, then the references that I have used in this document, and then comes the open questions, and it also contains risk and dependencies. So starting with the scope, so this is related to an EV industry, and we are working on creating a operational and analytics related solution for fleet owners. And if you see that in the EV industry, there has been a lot of investment, and you see by 2030, some industry experts predict that battery swapping. There are two ways in which EV bike or an EV vehicle works. Either you could charge your battery, because that is the single most important component in an EV vehicle, and it is around 30 to 40% of total cost of owning an EV. So there are many solutions in the market, and the quite recent one is that rather than purchasing a EV battery, you purchase the EV vehicle, but you use the battery as a subscription on a license basis or a recharge basis. And different stakeholders are present in this whole EV industry. Delivery partners, those who work for the quick commerce or grocery delivery. Then there is a fleet owner who owns that fleet or manages that fleet. Then there is a battery as a service, those who provide the battery or charging capacities. So in our statement, we find that one of the biggest challenge for the fleet operators, those who operate the fleet, is that there is a very high cost of capital for setting up this swapping station or this fleet management station in a particular geography. And next stakeholder is the delivery partner, and for them it is a very um, key gap if they go to a station and find that there is a long queue. So on an average they lose around 1 to 2 hours of downtime every day due to multiple factors. There may be a technical outage, there may be a long queue at the station, or maybe the unavailability of order. There are multiple things, and this results in 8% of a lost daily revenue per vehicle. And also for the fleet owner, the number of fleets they have, there is also an issue of underutilization. Not enough uh, data or insights are available for them to get a better experience that how they can utilize their fleets in a more optimal way. So moving on to the objective part of it. Yes. So we understood the problem, that what is the problem we have for the different stakeholders in this ecosystem. And since we are currently focusing on the fleet owners part of it, and we believe that the problem that we can solve, we have the solution, because we are as a solution provider or as a company working in this space who provides operational intelligence, analytical solution. So we believe that different data points or different data sources in the ecosystem, from battery to vehicle to driver to financial transaction, each data point can be gathered at a single dashboard, at a single platform, and there we can provide best insights, generate custom reports to multiple things. And this specifically helps the fleet owners, and specifically the operational managers or the analytics manager, those who manage the fleets or analyze the different key parts of the whole operation. Okay, so yes, this is a stakeholder map. This is a BS provider, battery as a service provider, and what is their goal, what is their challenge. Their challenge is that they need to estimate a particular demand for particular day or a month. That is their main challenge, and they are looking for whatever the assets they have. They need optimal availability of their assets so that whenever a delivery partner comes to them or visits their station, they should not be having a long queue, or the swapping time should not be more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever the criteria they have. Then there is a delivery partner who is looking for delivering maximum order per day. There is a fleet owner who is looking to uh, for batteries or for the fleets who has the high range. They can travel to a longer duration. Then there is a business owner, the quick commerce partner or the uh, grocery service owners, those who offer these services. They are looking for a faster delivery and a better network across all the networks. And their main challenge is that at the peak time, there is a unavailability of drivers, shortage of drivers, delivery partners, and the traffic route. Because in the peak hours, uh, analyzing or finding the best route for the making the quickest delivery possible is also a challenge for them. So, in our goal in this document that we are building is to build a dashboard or a solution that helps the operations manager or analytics manager find all the data points at a single platform, get insight, understand, analyze. So I will give a brief overview of the persona, then some components. And first, so the user persona part is someone who is an analytics manager, and he works for a company called Wing Battery Solutions. And for him, that situation is that he finds himself engaged in multiple data points where he needs to assess the different scenarios and handle different departments. And there is not one single platform where you can go and get bird's eye view of what is exactly happening to his fleets of different members. And there comes the decision making factors. What are the key points that he keeps uh, while making a decision, or what decision when they are looking for a different product options? Since we are not a new product in the market, because there are multiple existing product in the market, and those who have already in the market, they provide different set of solutions. So what are the key criteria that this operations manager is looking for when they are trying to decide on this? They are looking for what are the different features apart from operation uh, metrics that this fleet solutions provide. What is goal for them? Goal and motivation for them is that they should get an optimized different metrics. They should get be able to optimize their assets and track related metrics. They also need to reduce the swap time, the uh, swapping time at the station. That is their key metric, and also the availability of batteries at the station. And what is their journey? Journey starts from using multiple tools. Now, when they come to our platform, they start utilizing our platform. They can integrate multiple data sources from BMS to telematics to financial platforms. They can also we have the suggestion, or we have the tools of AI analysis. Whenever you provide uh, the data sources, integration of that, or the historical understanding of the transaction of the driver behavior. AI analyzes those behavior and provides a custom report for you, or alerts or notification for you. Then we come to the need. The need part is again the fragmented data sources, or getting a quick insight from the data sources from this large vast amount of data that we have. And also they are looking for a trusted platform, because most of this industry is a new. So finding a platform which offers them not one but different sources of information. And again, their key pain point is that there is not one comprehensive solution which provides all the information at a single place. generating insights based on the diverse data is challenging because it requires domain expertise. Because whenever you are uh, suppose in the EV domain, or someone it's an operational domain of running the fleet. Now, when you are understanding the battery BMS system, so you need to understand what is the charge cycle, what is the cell balance of different cells. So, having a deep technical understanding, having a deep domain expertise in the operational setup, having a different technical understanding that has to come into play when we think about this. So, this is user persona. Then there is a functional components of, let's say I have built this one of the one feature, but this feature, this dashboard, I have taken this as a one feature, but basically is a epic when we move into products, move into development cycle. So this is an epic. Epic consists of multiple stories at once, multiple sprint cycles. So this dashboard contains multiple modules. Fleet overview. This is a asset overview. This is a station users module. This is a station status. This is a range versus charging time module. This is profit by a battery type chart. And these are different settings and management. And how this information flows is design here, vehicle management, battery management, driver management, and data management. And different parts of this. How we are tracking the vehicle, what are the active vehicles, what are the vehicles which have required diagnostic, and vehicle to X, V2X is vehicle to different connected devices. And this is the data element and validation part, where each of the modules, what are the different data element requirements, and whether they are mandatory for the MVP part. And this is the prioritization we have done. So number of the modules, which modules would we require or prioritize, and these are the must-have modules in the MVP that we are going to launch. And acceptance criteria, these are the simplest criteria that has to be in the solution that we are building, uh, because this comes helpful in the testing phase of the development of the product that you are building. It needs to be tested on this acceptance criteria. And then there is a data integration table. Now, whenever you are building this dashboard, you need data sources from where these data sources are coming, and you need integration for that. So these are the primary data sources: BMS for battery management system, and this powers our battery management module. The telematics, it is a, uh diagnostic tool which provides all the vehicle related information, GPS tracking, performance of different electronic components of the vehicle. So it comes under our vehicle management and driver management module. Now weather API, traffic API for route optimization. And similarly for the second feature, we have built analytics dashboard. Again, this is an AP. We can do module-wise user stories. For example, there is a station performance. I want to look at each of month and each different performance of the station. For each station, I want to look at monthly station performance. Which station I perform, how much, and what is the key logic, or what was the reason that this particular station A or type 1 has not performed. And again, the information flow, the different part of it. Asset analysis, revenue, demand, AI analysis. AI is a for in the data component you see, it has been in the should have, because you see the power of LLM that has been continuously. Any user who is using the integration of AI has been phenomenal. So we need an AI part of it. But currently we have not kept this in MVP. We have not prioritized this. But this should be our in our next phase of development. Again, the acceptance criteria and data integration. Now to the non-functional components, the performance, scalability, reliability of the solution. It should be available dashboard time, availability should be 99% of time, it should be uptime, apart from the schedule maintenance. Again, the fallback mechanism should be in place whenever there is some data point or data sources not available, or there are any security issues or any data issues that should be presented. Then there is a references, again the original link to the wireframe that we have built. And this is the different articles, research papers that I have cited or read while preparing for this. And the last section is the open questions. This contains risk and dependencies because most of the features that we propose or the idea model that we propose, it contains risk. It contains there are multiple dependencies on each part of it, like the AI analysis module that we are thinking about creating or developing. Now that requires some ML model, machine learning model, and that requires a compute power, that requires a large amount of historical data, deep domain knowledge to perform the niche analysis that we require for our use case. Now integrating that multiple data sources also requires key technical knowledge that I have already defined, highlighted. And now this third point, I think it is the most critical point for me because this requires a multiple stakeholder. This part we already discussed this in the stakeholder map. Now managing that stakeholder requirement, or I would say goal, their challenges, and keep aligning to that goal with a detailed communication, deep communication is a key dependency for the successful launch and operation of our application. And also before development or analyzing, we need to identify or differentiate that why what separates us from all the existing solutions that are already available in the market. Because finding that or having a deep trust on that solution is a key part of it. I think that is all is there in this. Okay, that is all. And that's all. Thank you.